Good morning, students. As we are doing the first chapter of chemistry, that is chemical reactions and equations, and in this we are doing types of chemical reactions. So today we study about the third type of reaction, that is displacement reaction. Now what is that displacement reaction? It is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound. Means in this reaction we have taken compounds, and in that only the element which is more reactive will displace the another element which is less reactive, and in this reaction both metals and non-metals can take part. So this reaction basically depends on reactivity series. See in this slide at the left lower side, one series is given to you: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. It is called as reactivity series. In this, the most reactive elements are written at the above, and the least reactive elements are written below. So this displacement reaction will work according to this reactivity series. Means potassium, the element which is written above, is more reactive than the element sodium. So here potassium is more reactive sodium. So potassium can displace sodium from its solution, but sodium can't displace the potassium from the solution. So the elements which are above are more reactive than the elements present below. So this is the reactivity series which you have to learn, so that you are able to do the displacement reaction. So now we do the activity related to this reaction. So activity is between iron nails and copper sulphate solution. In this activity we have used iron nails. So first we will take 3 iron nails, and first we clean them using the sandpaper. Then take 2 test tubes and mark them as A and B. And then we will take copper sulphate solution, CuSO4 solution, in the test tube A. And we tie that 2 nails with the thread and dip into the solution of test tube A, which is having CuSO4, and keep undisturbed for 20 minutes or half an hour. And the other nail taken in the test tube B as taken, and another nail we will taken in the test tube T, which will be used as an reference after the reaction. Then take the nails out from the test tube A, then compare the color of the iron nails and solution in the test tube A. So after that 20 minutes or half an hour has taken place, now we will match the color of the solutions also and the color of the iron nails. Then what will be observed? The nail taken from the test tube A turns brownish, and the color of the copper sulphate solution fades from being blue in color initially. As we know, copper sulphate is blue in color. So after the reaction, when the reaction has taken place, that these iron nails, they will turn to brown color, and the solution, that blue solution, also fades from its original color. Then what would be learned from this reaction? The element iron is solid state, reacts with the compound copper sulphate in aqueous state, fate and solid copper. So the displacement reaction has taken place. See the reaction written in this slide. We have taken iron and copper sulphate solution. So iron, being more reactive, displaces the copper from its solution. If you see in the reactivity series, that iron comes first, then the copper. So it displaces the copper from its solution very easily and places with that sulphate and forms the iron sulphate, and copper deposited as the. So the element iron, being more active element, displaces copper from its place in the copper sulphate. and forms the product iron sulphate. That's why the color of the solution fades and also the iron nail color changes. So this is the displacement reaction, in which one element being more reactive displaces the another element being less reactive. It is the displacement reaction. You must learn this reactivity series for these types of reactions, so that you will be able to do these displacement reactions. Now our last type of reaction, that is double displacement reaction. First we have done displacement reaction. Now the next or fourth type is double displacement reaction, in which this type displacement occurs two times or twicely. So it may be defined as chemical reaction in which one component each of both the reacting molecules is exchanged to form the products. Means in the previous reaction only one element displaces the other element from its solution. Now in this reaction, one element of first compound and another element of second compound, both will displaces their positions. So during this reaction, the cations and anions of two different compounds switch places, forming two entirely different compounds. We already know that in one compound one is cation and one is anion. So in both these compounds, these cations and anions will switch their places to form two entirely in the product side. So for this we can again do the activity. It is a reaction between sodium sulphate and barium chloride. So sodium sulphate is one compound having sodium cations and sulphate anions, and barium chloride is another compound having barium cations and chloride anions. So they will both cations and anion will change their positions. Let us see how. So in this activity we will take 100 ml of water in a beaker and dissolve this Na2SO4 in that water, and in another beaker we will dissolve 100 ml of water, BaCl2 in 100 ml of water. Then after that we will add the solutions of both the beakers, means we will both the solutions. Now what will we see? What will be our observation? We will see the changes in the colors of the solutions. Firstly, both the solutions are transparent in color. After that, when the reaction has taken place, the color of the solution changes. Then what will we learn from this reaction? That sodium sulphate reacts with the barium chloride to give white precipitate barium sulphate. When we mix both these test tube solutions, we will see some white precipitate will form, which is of barium sulphate, means the solution will turn white in color. Firstly, both the test tubes are transparent. When we will mix both the test tube, then the color of the solution changes to transparent to white. So some white precipitate has taken place, which is of barium sulphate. So this is a reaction of double displacement reaction. BaCl2, that is barium chloride, reacts with sodium sulphate. In BaCl2, Ba cation, chloride anion, and Na2SO4, Na is cation and SO4 is anion. So first compound cation BaSO4 displaces that sodium being more reactive. So sodium being less reactive, being displaced by that barium. So that barium displaces sodium from its position and will form barium sulphate, and another compound will form NaCl. So that sodium will take place that of barium. So it will form NaCl, which will remain in the solution. It is sodium chloride simple salt. So that barium sulphate, which is white in color, so that's why the solution becomes white. So in this reaction we observe a white substance which is insoluble in water is formed. This insoluble substance is known as precipitate. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called a precipitation reaction. We can also call this reaction as precipitation reaction. If the question comes in the exam, write precipitation reaction and one example. So you can write this reaction in precipitation reaction.